Warning, high winds approaching, water level rising, temperature increasing, voltage overloading.
Warning, this video is intended for adult collectors. It contains plastic collectibles, questionable opinions, and the guy who should be working on Plastic Addict. Incoming random review in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel, and today, for our continued look at the Combiner War Constructicons and eventually the Devastator they form, we are taking a look at Mixmaster, my favorite Constructicon from childhood, and of course, his all too familiar cement mixer vehicle. Why does this look weird? Why are there two wheels? Oh. Right. He's a front-end mixer. So yes, for some reason, Hasbro, or Takara, in their infinite wisdom, decided that only one of the Constructicons should have a modernized vehicle mode, in that Mixmaster now has to be a front-load cement mixer, meaning, compared to his original design, he looks like he's in reverse. And that's super, super weird to me. I don't understand why that was necessary. I don't understand why that is a thing. But I guess we just have to accept it and move on then, don't we? I mean, still got the same bright green and purple. And the purple here is actually large enough you can tell that there's a metallic sheen to it. It's a little bit hard to notice in all the others because the sculpted detail is so prevalent and the parts tend to be a little bit smaller. But here, yeah, you can absolutely tell. That is a very nice metallic-y plastic to that purple. Detail-wise, you're going to end up with a little bit of silver, creating the front grille section. You're going to find the windshields on all sides have been painted in purple. You can find, I believe, fuel tanks. I don't know trucks. But the tanks on the sides are also painted in silver, which is okay. Gives it a little bit of a color break there in the middle. And then on the rear side, these vents are also going to be painted in silver. That is because eventually this is going to be a foot for Devastator, which means, you know, it's going to have to look like the original foot, because we wouldn't want his leg to be inaccurate, not like making an entire member of the team inaccurate. But that does technically mean that Mixmaster is the only Constructicon that has gotten a new alt mode, technically. And even in that, weirdly enough, I think it's the only time the classic versions of these characters ever had any change to their vehicle modes. Like outside of like weird universe repaints and such. You do have exhausts in the back that have been painted silver at least. So you got little detail like that. That's kind of cool. Again, like Hook, the details are rather flat on this one. It's not as heavy machinery as some of the others. You do get the ladder leading up to the top, and you do get all the mechanical details of the cement mixer in there. You see the chute where the cement would be, where the mix would be poured. That's kind of cool. Yeah, and that's a little bit of asymmetrical detail for you there. You see another tank sculpted in here, too. I'm sure that has a purpose. Someone in construction would be able to tell me what said purpose is. 6 wheels for rolling. On mine, it's clashing on the top, so it doesn't roll too well, even if I had a proper surface for it. That's the only oddity there, I suppose. Beyond that, it's just weird. Why is he backwards? I don't get it. I honestly don't get why it was necessary. Okay, let's go into the robot mode now, and guess what? My boy Mixmaster is not enough of an indignity that he lost his original vehicle mode and now has to look backwards. They also decided we're going to make him the simplest one to transform. My boy gets no respect whatsoever. Untab the arms from the sides and then double hinge them out at the shoulder piece, like so. We're going to unclip the front end from the actual drum, rotate them forward and open them up. If it will unclip for me, please unclip. Thank you. And then we go up here. I'm going to have to unclip this part. Rotate the head out like so. Clamp it back down. And that's the transformation. He's about as complex as an old Legends class Transformer. Extraordinarily simple. Now, again, similar to Scrapper, it is a consequence of the fact that he will have to be a leg, and thus he will hold up, the majority of the weight of the toy. So he's going to have to be made to be a lot more solid than the other figures. So I get why he does have a very simple transformation compared to a lot of the other Constructicons. So yeah, I'm just kind of messing around, like, just to make sure, like, I didn't leave something out, did I? No, I did not. No, that's just as simple as it is. He is essentially, like, if you, like, 4 steps, 5 maybe. So it's a little bit ridiculous, just a little bit. The overall look, once you get him into robot mode, is fine. I will give him that. Because he's still got the big block legs, that still feels like the G1 toy. He still has this piece. Like, on the original, I believe this was a separate piece. There was, I believe, like a double drill weapon for Devastator, but plugged in over Mixmaster's head for detail. And he still has that. So that's sculpted in now. And again, he's got that, like, purple body, the rest of him green look that we saw on, say, like, Hook and Scrapper, that distribute the colors really, really well. I do like the silver taking up the midsection, breaks up the purple really, really well. More hits of red and gold along with them. The arms ending up with the silver for the tanks from the vehicle mode is actually a really nice touch as well. Breaks up the green, makes it look like he's got a little bit more going on there. A kid with his imagination. Flamethrower tanks. I don't know. But it's not a bad look until you until you turn him around and realize he's got a big old hornet butt hanging off the back of him. Yeah. We're not going to do this. So on the original toy, this drum would be behind his actual back, and it would look like he was still using his cement or whatever chemical he was mixing in there in the robot mode. And that's kind of like the theme of that robot mode, is to have that drum up there, so you can kind of imagine him using it for that. Here it looks like he's about to pollinate a flower. Like this is not the way this toy should be laid out. Here it makes no sense. Here it makes no sense. He looks like he's about to lay eggs. No. So yeah, you've got a very kibble heavy figure. Again, they kept it simple so he could be a leg. I get it. Fine. Let's see how simplification did to the actual articulation. The head can rotate left and right. However, because of the overhang, it is a little bit tricky to get in there. You got to pinch his head with your fingers. Universal shoulders, which do get hindered by his back piece and how tall the shoulders are. So kind of unfortunate there, but the range is there at least. Nothing around the bicep is a rotation, but you do get one around the forearm. And then more broken elbow looking arms, unfortunately. We have no waist joint again. We have universal hips again, though. We have a thigh rotation that works really well. A knee bend that goes almost to 90 degrees, and an ankle tilt. So we're seeing a standard level of articulation for these guys overall, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Does mean they all kind of have the same function. Only a couple of them end up being superior. Oddly enough, like the big chunker long haul and is still like one of the top ones. I think Scavenger's got everyone beat right now. But no, that's going to be your Mixmaster. Like, I wish there was a little bit more to him than this, but like I said, he is a very simple boy because he has very big needs later on. Let me give you, since you were my favorite, you get to have a big missile launcher. Can your joints all hold it up? Yeah. Well, yeah. that works. That works. I'll let you have that. I'm sure giving you a rack of missiles is not going to be detrimental at all, considering you are currently carrying a chemical vat on your back. I'm sure that'll be fine. So, unfortunately, my boy, my favorite, ends up being on the lesser end of this team in both design detail and, unfortunately, just form function. Oh well. I am pulling for Studio Series to give my favorite one his just desserts. I want him to prosper, not whatever this toy is doing. Okay, so tomorrow, our last member of the team, and you should know who it is by now. The surprise is now completely gone.